Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Wednesday the 3rd, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning fairly early, didn't really have much going on. Just have the one dog here today, so I'm used to him, well, and Bruce. So got up, got the dogs out. Bistro's he was here and he decided to sleep out in the living room with Bruce, which normally he'll sleep near us, but he wanted to sleep out on the chair next to Bruce's love seat. So that's what I end up out there together, which is all good, whatever makes him happy. So got up, got the dogs out though, got them basically taken care of, got them fed, everything was chilling out. Basically I put Bruce back inside so he has more time to eat. He's a little slow on his eats sometimes, so he went ahead, basically kind of didn't eat a lot, but he ate some. So I was like, okay, no big deal. Ended up giving him a little bit more time. Got Bistro fed. He ate up his food like real good. Just everything was chilling out, having a good time there. So wife got off to work. She had a few things going on, so hung around the dogs, just chilling out in the morning. Did not use the hot tub. Just I don't know. I don't know why. The hot tub went a little bit cloudy on me, so I was a little bit concerned about it. So I thought, well, I'll worry about it and stuff. And so instead, in the process of treating it, I went and got the water tested and that. I was treating it, had to let it filter through and whatnot, so it takes a little while. So I was kind of, I don't like being in it like the first day. I put the chemicals in it, so I was letting it stir up a little more. I also went ahead and stuck a UV light in it. I bought the UV light for my cold plunge that I was building and lost I don't know if it's interest, but I lost motivation on the cold plunge. So I think mostly it's been wintertime, it's been cold here. So when it's super cold, I'm less likely to want to get in the cold plunge to start with. So it's that whole concept of like, man, I had a leak when I was putting it together, so pushed it back. But got a couple other things done. Went to go do my bike ride. So I had a couple errands to go run around with. So I went and got my bike ride in that process of took the bike with me and then rode the trails, I guess you call it. It's a running trail. It's a rails and trails system. But took the bike for a nice little ride. The recumbent, still trying to get the boom adjusted just right. Ran into a couple who had a tandem recumbent, and we chatted a little bit about the one that I have. Discussed theirs. They've had it for like 27 years, I think they said. So the one they're riding was actually, I guess, marketed by Cadillac, which is kind of weird. It's called a DeVille, and we chatted about it. I guess that, not sure if she dropped. He said that she dropped it today. She wrecked it today, broke the mirror. So I'm not sure if she was just driving and it wrecked, or if it got knocked over. I'm not sure how they described it and asked him what happened, but she was very like apologetic about the whole concept of like, what the heck. And I was like, it's a mirror. We've had 27 years, and this is the first time he broke a mirror. It's pretty impressive, but kind of is what it is there. So went ahead, got my bike right in. Got back from there. I put it over near where the mechanic shop is. So I rode my recumbent over to them as I was finishing up and checking on it, and they're working on it still. And I don't know what the hell they're doing. Every time I go by there, they're doing something, but they're not accomplishing shit. I have no idea. So we're waiting for a bracket that would, I don't know. Suppose it was missed in shipping in the order when we got it. Who the hell knows? We're supposed to be shipping the brackets to me, but they called the company to have them shipped to my house, which I assume they haven't filed, but I'm not sure. There's no tracking, there's no nothing. So, yeah, who the hell knows? So, dealing with that whole waiting around. But I went ahead and I basically kind of, again, asked, have you guys actually bolted a wheel and tire up on here to make sure those lugs are going to fit? Because the studs sticking out are not very damn long, and these rims that I'm putting on it are a pretty thick rim. So I need to know if we need to pull this thing back apart and go have new studs pressed in the disc or not, kind of thing. Because like we're in this situation of like, I don't want to find out that it's finally done to be picked up, and that's what stopped me from bringing my damn truck home, was waiting for it to have new studs pushed in. So, or I have to get different rims that I have to buy, blah blah whatever. So they're like, well, I said, why don't we do it right now? Like this is like the 19th time I've asked you guys this question. So we load the thing down a little bit on the lift, stuck a wheel on it, and the lug nuts don't reach. So I'm like, motherfucker, that's what I was trying to explain to you. Some bitch like, should have checked this shit weeks ago. But what the hell? So I went ahead, the holes but line up, but the studs aren't long enough for the lug nuts I got. So I went and ordered what's called an extended thread lug. It's a longer shaft lug. The rim that I bought, they're used GMC rims, whatever. They're a pretty thick base. I'm like a steel rim would be super thin. these are really thick. So hopefully the new lug nuts will be here on Saturday, I think. I'll go back there and check it and find out. And if it isn't, then I gotta decide, do I press new longer lugs in, or do I just order a different set of rims that are like steel rims that fit it? But it's hard to find steel rims that are 17 inches or bigger that I can bolt up on there that are whatever. So hopefully the new threads, it's close. But hopefully the new lug nuts are extended thread. It's down about, I don't know, about a third of an inch. I think a third of an inch will be enough to get it locked on there, and then that extended shaft past the cone. So hopefully that'll be enough to get it locked on there. Once I get the thing on the road and rolling, I can measure for the exact actual rims and tires that I want to put on there. But I want to get it on the ground before I do that. So it was super annoying. Like I said, I think I've asked it, I know I've asked at least a dozen times, probably 19 times I've asked about this. I'm like, I have to put one up on there and screw the damn thing down to find out if it works. And yeah, so it is what it is. But went ahead, hopefully get that figured out and get it going. So I got back to the house, went out, and Bruce was outside. He was just kind of chilling out. He wanted to be outside a lot today, and he was just standing weird. Even earlier, he was just kind of has his butt kind of hunched when he stands. Kind of looks, I don't know, it just looks like he's just standing uncomfortable. It's kind of like that really weird guy at the party, doesn't know how to talk to anybody, just kind of stands weirdly in the corner, just like that, what the hell. So I went out and checked on his stuff. He was just chilling out. He's just hanging out in the sun, drinking by the big water bowl out in the yard, and then kind of out chilling out, and then often just laying in the sun. So got back from there, went ahead and changed my shoes out, decided to go for my run. So I went and got my run in, kept my run streak alive. I'm not running that much this year because I'm trying to run my bike more, run less. That's my goal. So got back from my run, and Mom said about Bruce is just laying out there in the yard. He's laying in the sun, but it's later now, kind of hanging stuff, whatever. And I'm like, that's good for him. Outside's good for him, whatever. So went out and checked on him, and he didn't even get up. Usually when I go out there and check on him, he'll get up and kind of greet me, kind of thing. He didn't. So I laid down next to him and stuff, and we chatted a little bit, and he just wasn't doing great. So went back inside, got some treats, went out there. He refused the treats, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch. So I tried to encourage him to like get up, and he got mostly up, but actually never fully stood. Like it was just kind of that back end wasn't working well. I was like, son of a bitch. So reached out to my wife and trying to make the decision. I think it's time to put him down. So we've been checking on with a company called Laps of Love, and they actually come to your house and put your dog down in your property, which it's way expensive. The money, not the thing. But I said, hey, at the time we talked about it, they said they have like, you can make appointments for it when your dog's not doing good. And they also have emergency, like they'll be there within a couple hours, but it costs more. And I'm like, I don't give a shit, whatever. So I said, I need you to call them and schedule an appointment. She goes like, for today or for next week? And I'm like, no, I'm not the dude who's wait till next week. Like, I think it's that weird thing. If I say right now and he starts to come around, when they get there, he jumps up and starts running around playing with puppies, then I'll pay him and send him home. I don't care. But if they can't get here till like tomorrow and stuff, I don't want to wait, blah blah. So I was like, whatever. So she reached out, and apparently they don't do emergency shit, I guess. I don't know what the hell, I don't know why. I don't know, it's on your site and you talked to, we actually called and spoke to somebody, and they said, oh yeah, we do this all the time, they can get to us on Sunday. My dog can't stand up right now on his own. Like, that's one thing if I got a little 6-pound rat terrier or something, but this thing's, last time I weighed, he was 110 pounds. He's a big boy, and I'm not gonna make him wait till Sunday. Like, so she started calling other companies, couldn't get anything. Called back. I'm like, bribe them, offer them thousands of dollars. I don't care, whatever. Get them back out here. It's like with a program. This is what they say they do. They have emergency shit for a reason. So they're like, they can't. So they gave her a list of some other people, and there's another couple companies that do it. And apparently, like the one of them's out to like the 7th or some crap. They're out of town. I don't know. Apparently, it's like think dogs don't die in the new year. I have no idea. So now I'm just laying out here on the ground next to my dog, and I'm just like, well, I'm here with him now. Like, I'm in that weird thought, like maybe he could just, if I lay here with him, he'll just go peacefully on his own. But if he starts getting into crazy pain or something, then I'm gonna feel like crap, and I can't live with myself and all this stuff. So wife's calling back and forth around. She's like, oh, come home. I'm like, dude, don't come home. Just find me someplace that I can, they'll come to me and put my dog down for me, because I think it's time to do it. Like, we need to do it now. Like, he's not standing up, and he wouldn't take treats even, kind of thing. I'm like, son of a bitch. So she came home from work early, which I told her not to. But I was like, you don't need to be here. Just find me someplace that can do this. So no one will come to us at this point, which not what I was wanting to hear, because like I said, we'd relied on this company. Actually, there's two of them, like I said, we knew of, that both had said, hey, we do this service. And we talked about trying to find out. And they're like, oh no, we have this service, permit any time, we can come out and do it. If it's an emergency type thing, let's say dog's hit by a car or something, we can come out even for an extra fee, we'll come out right now, kind of thing. I'm like, awesome. And they're like, Sunday. And I'm like, this is Wednesday. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do till Sunday? Like, what the hell's wrong with you people? So my wife said, find me somebody, find a vet that will, drive out, I'll pay for it, I don't care. And then just couldn't find nobody we could bribe to even come to us. The normal service like that is not provided. I'm like, you're shitting me. Student center stuff. And I said, okay, find me someplace I can take him so I can go in there and stuff. Now it's rolling up into like 5 o'clock kind of thing. And it's like, holy crap. So she found an emergency vet up in Daytona. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, call them, verify there's somebody there. They actually just, I'll make sure it's not weird things we roll in. They charge us $2,500. They're like, oh, we'll just keep him over the night and we'll, evaluate him. So I'm like, I'm not leaving any side at this point. Like what the hell kind of thing. Reached out and I said, yeah, they'll do it. Okay, whatever. So she comes home and she's been home, I guess, a little bit. She gets hold of them, whatever. And I finally make the decision, it's time's got to go. So in the process of me trying to figure out how I'm going to get him up and get him in the truck or car or whatever to get him there, we'd trained. I worked with him years ago when I first got him. He'd fallen and hurt his back end real bad. He like took a fall on the ice. He tried to run part of it, like a fallen tree, and when he landed in the snowbank up in Iowa still, he had startled himself pretty bad, and I thought he had broke his back. Like he was just like stunned. He couldn't like move, and I freaked out. And I'm like, I'm 7-8 miles from the truck. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this dog if he's not? I can't just pick him up and stuff. So I started training with him and let me just pick him up off the floor. I got his feet off the floor and pick him down. I do that 25 times a day. And then I got to where I pick him up and hold him for a second, put him back down. Do that for like 25 times a day. This went on for like months. I got to where I could pick him up and carry him around the house. And I got to where I could pick him up and carry him around the yard and just randomly be out like on a run. I'd just stop and just pick him up and carry him for a little bit, just so he wasn't like scared. He wasn't biting at me and shit. So I didn't want to be trying to pick up a dog, but literally now his face is right next to my face. And if he's in pain, I need to at least have this handled. And thank goodness I did that training before, so because it worked. I called my neighbor and asked him if he'd come over and help me, because I wasn't sure if my dog was in pain or not right now. I know he wasn't able to walk. He couldn't stand very well, put it that way. So he reached out and I was like, dude, just can you come over here? And like he started like he could tell he's in a pissy mood when I called and answered the phone. And it was kind of like, what the hell? And I'm like, hey, I need you to come over and help me carry my dog to the truck. Like, my thought was I'd be able to pick him up carrying the truck, but if it went poorly, I didn't want to have to then try and find somebody else to help me if he's now struggling and he's in pain. So that's got to go. So I went and got a big blanket, met him outside, came back, went to put him on the blanket, and he kind of struggled. He didn't like picking on the blanket. I'm like, God, he's not going to want to be on the blanket. And I'm thinking like dolphins and stuff, the way like SeaWorld moves them. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do to him. But I'm like, no, I'm just going to try it. So I said, hell, and just reached down and picked him up real quick and hiked him up like I had basically trained with him, and started heading out, carried him out. And I was like, dude, just help me get the gate open and stuff. Got the dog in the truck. I'd already put the other dog on bistro. I'd put him back in the bedroom, so when the doors and the gates stuff were all open. Got Bruce in the truck. Put my wife to hang out. I said, stay right here with him. Don't let him move. Just hold me down if you have to. Whatnot. So I got him comfortable. I got him comfortable because we 6-inch memory foam in there for him. Got him in there and basically ran back. Made sure I checked the gate was 100% locked, and the bricks put back in place, because I couldn't imagine what would happen to my brain if while I'm off having my dog put down and that dog gets loose. Couldn't live with that. So got that all squared away. Grabbed a bottle of soda, which I hadn't had anything to drink since my run. It's been a couple hours now. Just laying out in the yard with this dog on this cold, wet ground, and just so I basically, she's like, you want a shower? I'm like, fuck, I don't want a shower. Like, I want to go. Like, let's go. So we get there and we roll up in there. If you get there before this time, you're supposed to use this door, blah blah, whatever and stuff. I said, call them and speak to them in person right now as we're driving up. I'm driving up. He's in the back. I'm rubbing him and stuff. Make sure he's doing all right. He's doing decent in the truck. And I said, find out, do we need to do I just carry him right in? Do we have to go fill out paperwork and stuff? And they said it's up to us. We can bring him in first or fill out paperwork first. It doesn't matter. I said, well, then you go in and fill out paperwork. I'm going to wait in the truck with him. Then once they get an actual room, they're ready to work on him, come back out and get me. And I'll bring him in, because I don't want to have to wait around in that place any longer than I have to, because he's not going to be comfortable in there. We're more comfortable in the truck. So we show up. We basically there's make it through all the traffic and that. Find the place. End up. It's kind of a weird. That's not. used to be a different building, so there's like paint on the ground, like which way to go and stuff. Like the drive-through is not there, blah blah whatever. So find a spot, I drop her off. She goes in and fills out paperwork. I lay back there and she calls and asks me a couple questions. I tell her, I said, just not until we have a spot. Like I'm out here, we're perfectly fine. He's just chilling out, cuddled up next to him in the back of the seat floorboard there, just hanging out and just chatting and talking and just doing what I can for my dog, trying to keep him comfortable. Finally, they basically came out. You need help? I'm like, nope, I don't need anybody's help. I just need you to, basically my wife said, stand here, hold him, put your hand on his butt so he doesn't try and get up when I get out, kind of thing. So absolutely fine, problem there. Pick him up, and it was hard to get him out of the truck. Took me a couple tries, but I got him out of the truck, got him picked up. Basically, military carried him in there and whatnot. Got him back. I said, what room? So I got him in the room, and then we were down for almost 2 fucking hours in this room. And I'm like, are you shitting me? It's down on this concrete floor. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, what the hell? She gotta go back, put an IV in him. They gotta do that. I'm like, no. She goes, we can have him come here. You guys just have to step out of the room. I'm like, nope, not stepping out of the room. I'm like, you can put the IV in right there. I'm gonna lay right here, because right now at this point, I'm laying down. He's got his head on my arm, kind of cuddled against me and stuff. I said, I'm not leaving his side. And I'm at this point in my mind going, I'll walk the hell out of here with my dog again, and I'll take him home, and we'll worry about this in a different way. Like, I'll take care of it more like a farmer would, kind of thing, if that's what has to be done. So she's like, well, people don't like to be hovered over. And the woman was just a real bitch. And it was just a pain in the ass kind of thing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not hovering. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not making my dog move. He's comfortable. If I make you move again, I'm going out of here, kind of thing. So she basically leaves. They come back in. They put a catheter in him, or IV, we don't call it. And they put an IV in him. And basically, so they can sedate him and then basically euthanize him. And the students came in on it. The younger girls come in, they put the thing. We're chatting a little bit, talking about his life story a little bit, kind of thing and whatnot. They got him shaved, got the needle in him, and did the little saline salute, did the whole thing, it don't matter. But they fly, senior stuff, so they leave. And then like, it's 40 minutes or so goes by. I'm like, what the hell's taking so long? Well, it's changing shifts, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're changing stuff. I'm like, then why the fuck wasn't I left out in the truck? Like, I could have left on the truck for 2 hours and would have been perfectly fine. Not in here. Like, we were comfortable in the truck. Here, it's bullshit. Like, here we have all the noises, the animals, the smells, the blah, blah. Out there, I was in my own truck. Like, so they finally came in. He starts kind of getting wrestling around. He starts trying to get up and move because I'm like, God damn it. So I basically had Karen go find somebody again because we had to go look for people because they kept thinking they forgot about us. So they finally came in, gave him this sedative to basically kind of just slow him down, make him tired, make him muscle relaxer type thing, like as if he was going in for surgery. Did that, and of course at that point he pissed all over himself. And then they finally came in and gave us a towel, which I didn't care, just laying there. I didn't give a shit if I piss on me or not. I wasn't getting up, kind of thing. Karen tried to lay down in front. I'm like, please don't. Like, if you want to lay down because you need to comfort him, fine, but just, he's fine. Your knee still hurts. You can barely get up and down because your knee's jacked up for your broken knee. So just don't. They finally, the lady came in, the vet, super kind, wanted to tell me stories and stuff, and this and that, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine, just please go ahead and do it. Like, we've been here long enough now at this point. I just need to get this over with. So she basically injected him, he quits breathing, heart rate stops, all kind of things. I'm laying there with him, and said they were going to send somebody in a few minutes to basically check on him, make sure fully gone, kind of thing. So I'm laying at this point, I'm like, well, okay, it's over. I told him all his goodbyes. I hugged him and everything all I could before even kind of doing the sedation, the whole thing and stuff. They finally, nobody shows up. It's like another 20 minutes or so goes by, 25 minutes. I'm supposed to take 5 minutes, come in and make sure the dog's dead, kind of thing. But I'm now at the point, like, I can't leave because if he does start to wake up, like, the latest didn't work fully and he's not completely dead. Like, imagine the fear that happened to him. He wakes up and I'm gone. Like, he's in this weird room and he's sedated still. His legs aren't gonna work quite right. I already didn't work with this shit to begin with. And I'm just like, oh, you fucking be kidding me. So finally somebody came in. They went ahead and basically checked to make sure, yep, he's gone. So, and I'm bawling like a baby, like I'm blubbering, I'm crying my eyes out. Just absolutely a mess. It's just, I knew it was gonna be, but I didn't know it was gonna be this damn tough, man. It was so tough. It was so hard. It sucked. So I head back out. Of course, they had to make sure we paid everything and stuff beforehand, blah, blah. And before they even killed my dog, we had to make sure they took our money. So I'm like, whatever, got that all done. So we head back out. I went just kind of walk around a little bit, just kind of trying to clear my head. And my wife opens the passenger door in the truck, even though she locked the driver's side door and apparently didn't lock the passenger side, and the alarm goes off. So now we're out in front of the vet clinic, emergency vet clinic. My alarm's going off my truck. So I had to rush back over there, unlock the door to get the code to basically turn the alarm off and stuff. So got in, drove home. I hadn't eaten anything all day. Like, I was not in the mood. Once I figured, I was like, no, what the hell? So I asked her if she needed to stop anywhere and, you know, get anything and stuff. She said, nope, she was good. So we drove home pretty much in silence most of the way. I was just wrecked, man. I'm mentally I find myself just crying out of fucking nowhere. Like, my dad died. I didn't cry at his funeral. I didn't cry at my father since he died. I didn't give a fuck about that. This dog, man, I'll look over and see he's not there right now. And it just fucking sucks. And I knew it was gonna be hard, but I didn't know it was gonna be this damn hard, man. This shit's hard. Shouldn't be fair for this shit. Like, I would happily, like, I don't know. If he was back to healthy, you go back like 5 years, I mean, had all his health, he was still running with me every day and everything and stuff, I'd happily give up 10 years of my life to add an extra year to his. You know, I'd trade him off year for year. I don't give it. I don't know. It just sucks, man. It really sucks. So, get back home. Basically played with the dog that's here a little bit. He's such a great dog. He's the dog. I love that dog. He's such a good dog. Tried to trade my Corvette for him a couple years ago. Bruce wasn't doing very good. It's like probably a little over a year ago. I hadn't a year and a half ago. Hadn't had this house very long. And the lady was eyeballing my Corvette. She was talking about how much she liked it and blah, blah, blah. And Bruce was having a bad day then. And I said, I'll trade you the car for the dog. And she's like, what? I'm like, I will trade you my Corvette convertible for your dog, like right now, like 100%. And we just kind of serious out. She's like, no, I can't do that, blah, blah, whatever. So that dog was here. I also had another dog that was supposed to be here tomorrow. They wanted to drop off about noon, a little bit after noon tomorrow, and then stay here for a few days, and then get picked up at like noon a few days later. And then they'd reached out earlier today and it said they wanted to drop off at like 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I was like, what the hell? And they wanted to pick up like 7 p.m. the next night. But now they're in that extended stay thing where it's an extra 12 hours, it's another full day charge. But it's that weird, they put the range on the thing, it don't matter, blah, blah. I said, I don't do drop-offs that early with a new dog and yada, yada. So I said, hey, why don't we drop the dog off this evening at like 7 p.m. And they're like, yeah, okay. So they figured out works fine. I said, be good, kind of see how it goes. Everything's good. Well, I'd reached out to them when I realized I got to put my dog down, and I tried calling them a couple times, and they kept answering but hanging up the phone because the number shows up as a California number on the Rover app. And I'm like, what the heck? So I called like 3 times. I'm usually like second or third time, people actually just pick up and go, what do you want? Kind of thing. Who is this? Kind of shit. So I had to text him like, hey, I'm trying to call you. Please answer the damn phone. So he answered the phone, told him I was in the process of putting my dog down, and if he could drop the dog off tomorrow morning, or if any way he could find somebody else to watch the dog. He goes, let me check. I said, I can watch your dog. I can't do it tonight, man, because it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to take to do this. And I know I said I didn't want to do early morning drop-offs, but I'll meet you at 2 a.m. I don't care. Whatever's required to make it happen. And they called back a little later, and they'd found somebody else to watch the dog. So I was good there. Didn't have to mess with it. So that was nice. I was out of the woods. I had to deal with this, which was already going to be on the verge of a pain in the butt dog. It's an unneutered male, big dog, like just full energy, and it's going to be an interesting thing with him and Bistro. And then add the brain focus on I'm going to be in right now with my dog. I'm just not been good. So luckily I found a new sitter, so it's all good there. So but yeah, got back to the house, hung out with the new dog, or with Bistro for a while, hung out with him, and then basically ended up having myself a cigar, just relaxing, sitting outside and just crying, like just literally just crying out for nothing. I mean, just uncontrollable, can't stop it. So but yeah, that's pretty much how my day went. So skipped dinner completely. I didn't eat. I was not hungry at this point. There's no way I'm eating. So said the hell with it, had my cigar, had a soda. Was gonna drink. I thought, nope, not doing that. I'm not gonna be that guy, because my dad was an alcoholic, piece of shit drunk, and I'm never gonna use alcohol. I'll use it for a pain reliever. I'll use it when I'm just kind of feeling like I want to have a good time. I'm never gonna use alcohol as a mood stabilizer when I'm sad and depressed, because that shit can get out of hand way too quick. So I refuse to drink. Just hung out there. So finally headed back in, and I'm just haven't fully come to terms with it yet, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.